That's it. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the Soul Body Connect for the month of March in the Temple of Light. And I wanted to change the formula, so I left the chair yoga behind, and they're still accessible on our website, on our Facebook group. And I'm going to come and talk about the feet and bring a few exercises. So, why the feet? So, if you remember what the way I teach is I am my body, the body is one. And I find that for many, many of us, when we look at our feet, we are ashamed and embarrassed because they don't look that great. And straight away, we are disconnecting with our feet and we are passing a judgment on us. So we are not including them into our I am my body. So instead of pushing them away, let's go and invite them. Let's go and even straight away look down at your feet and if you have always a tough judgment because let's say you have hard skin, you have calluses, you have bunions, your feet are sore, plantar fasciitis, heel spur, or simply because they are not pretty, that happens, and or you could also have a fungus on your nails or between your nails. Let go of the judgment, okay? Anything that he's coming up to you here, if it's something that feels like, oh, don't want to see them, please, 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 they are a part of you. And it's a great way to go and say, no, okay, today I'm doing something different. I'm going to address what I can do with my feet and give them some TLC. Because when I pay attention to them, I'm paying attention to the whole of me and I'm letting go of judgment, of self-judgment. So let's start with just a few chats. So I'm going to talk about myself because that's the best person I can talk about. And I have a bunion. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. It's that deformation that we have here at the base of our big toe. It's actually grow from the inside at the joint between the base of your toe. We have many joints in the toes, and it grows like a protrusion, like a bony protrusion. What happens is you see your big toe pointing towards your other toes, and the bone is sticking out on the other side. So it's quite unsightly. It's when they grow big, they are difficult to wear. Some shoes are difficult to wear, and actually, it's not recommended to have, let's say, narrow pointed shoes when you have a bunion. So far, a good sign. Obviously, for all I'm talking about here, this is the field of physiotherapists, of doctors. This is only informative, and that's all that it is. Okay. What I do for myself, I have those little plasticky rubby things called toe separator, and it has changed my life. I place one between my big toe and the toe beside it, and it's helping me to straighten back up the head of my big toe. It's actually also relieving me from pain. Um, a lot, they don't know bunions have many reasons to come, for genetics being one of them. I mean, I remember you seeing my granny's feet when I was young and she was old. I would be like, ooh, and then over the years, I saw my feet becoming my mother's feet and my grandmother's feet. So there is definitely a genetic in it. And there's also for my case, for instance, 16 hours of dancing for years, with high heels. And that has really worsened my condition and made it appear much sooner than it should have. So that's the story with bunions. So take care of them. White shoes, massage your feet would be the one thing to do. What triggered that conversation today is one of my yoga students has a plantar fasciitis at the moment. So plantar fasciitis is actually you would come from underneath the heel. You feel a pain, you start walking, you start standing, and it is extremely painful. Okay, the plantar fasciitis is actually a connective tissue that attaches from the heel towards your toes. So it's a big, big tissue. Okay. And being, for instance, not having enough activity or too much of it, being a bit overweight would actually cause a lot of strain for the plantar fasciitis that gets to be inflamed and sore, and then you really feel it. This is a reversible condition, and actually what we're going to do today is stuff that you can do for it. Again, it's easy to find online. Go and look for further detail. I'm only here to bring some awareness. The last one I want to talk is the heel spur. And the heel spur is really a challenging one. Okay. Very, very often it comes after the strain of the plantar fasciitis. But again, once more, it's not the only reason. The challenge with okay, plantar fasciitis, by the way, takes years to develop. Okay. And the plant and the heel spur behind can be an accumulation of the plantar fasciitis. It's an inflammation. There is a calcification. There is a deposit of calcium that comes and grow into the bone of the heel. Okay, and the calcium deposit makes that there is even a bone, a bit of a bone, like a little horn growing under the bone of the heel, and that is really, really painful. And of course, if we talk pain, we talk limitation of movement, of locomotion, and people become more reluctant to move. And remember that moving is not only a fitness thing. Moving, if you can't locomote, if you can't walk, you might end up reducing your social circle. Okay, so minding your feet is really at the base of us, of our autonomy, of our independence, and our freedom. Okay, so that's for the spiel. It was hopefully brief and short and informative. And as I said to you, go online and go to your physio and doctor. So, bar this, what I'm going to add on, which is my opinion now, what I haven't said yet, very often the issues is us walking in the wrong kind of shoes, walking only on flat, bare surfaces, hard surface, so the concrete. Concrete into constricted into shoes, and we have lost the ability to move our three arches. So three arches in the bodies, okay, across. Let me across this one here and the other one. So transverse, one running along on the inside and on the other side coming towards the heel. What do arches do? They allow us to bounce. So it's something that we do a lot. In my class, we bounce and we have buoyancy, and it's the spring. It's the spring that gives us the ability to move. Okay. And they're very important to to treat really, and or to maintain, to strengthen really, because we don't do it. So a very simple one is that earthing, going to your garden barefoot, walk on your barefoot, walk even in your house on barefoot, especially if you have carpets and like rugs where you change your texture. It's always a good thing to do. The sand, obviously, going to the beach, walking on the beach is so, so very good to strengthen and find pliability and the use of your arches. Okay, so bare feet as much as you can. So that is what I want to say. We're going to start with the first practice, which is a little ball. You can do it standing, you can do it standing against the wall, you can do it seated. And I'm going to do it seated, okay? You don't have to. If you are happy standing, feel free to be standing. This massage here is not the usual one where I would have you massaging your whole foot. This little guy today is only going to go from below the padding here, okay? So from below the ball of the foot and towards the heel, okay? In every direction to cover, but we're not going to cover the top. I would advise actually to warm up the feet before, like just moving the toes, tapping the feet, stuff I always do when I promote even in my chair yoga, you will see it. Okay, so we're going to go straight into just below the ball of the feet towards the heel and come back and stop and come back. Okay, and that if you feel and sore, it's going to give you a lovely massage and nothing else. For whoever has pain in the feet, okay, come and sit on the chair. Avoid to put a hard pressure onto the ball. Okay, the way if you have a tennis ball or even people work with golf balls are really hard. So pain means stimulate, but don't apply any pressure. That is not the game, okay? And you do this for about 10 times, okay? And I would advise, even if it's often only one foot that has a condition, okay, to still equally give it to the other foot. So just go across, find the borderline between the ball of the foot and your heel and begin that simple massage. And of course, if the condition is not there, feel free to go and massage the whole of the foot, pressing in that case, like for the fun, and then you can press the ball of the heel into the ball, straighten up, lengthen your toes, and stimulate also the outside. That's a good one for everyone, the outside of your feet. Okay, in and out. Good. So simple movement, super accessible. All I'm going to offer here, if can be done in 5-10 minutes a day. Okay. Then I'm going to do the one with the block. Okay. So here we have awaken. And now one thing I haven't said, especially for plantar fasciitis, stretching the calf muscle is super important. Very often, plantar fasciitis comes from someone who's never exercised or exercised very little and exercise harder, even if it's only walking and walking on hard surface. Okay, that would tighten the calf muscles, that would pull onto the plantar fasciitis and cause the tightness and the pain. So here, that practice is very simple. If you don't have a block, but you have a stairs at home, you take a steps into your onto the bottom of your stairs, and you come up. Hold yourself for balance. It's not a balancing work. It's only a release of the plantar fasciitis. So I start with my toes at the same level of my block, and then I'm going to drop, drop, drop my heels towards the floor. Doesn't matter if you're reaching the floor, but drop it as much as you have and feel the pull in the calf muscle, okay? So you hold it a little bit and you bring it back. Back to where we started, no higher, and drop it again. And feel that gentle pull again. Sometimes gentle and sometimes not so gentle, okay? So go with comfort. You are the one deciding of comfort and discomfort threshold for yourself. Okay. As I said, so you start flat and you're going down. Okay. Now let's say you just are someone who wants to maintain the feet and connect to feet and legs as part of your practice. This would be beautiful when you come back to go and build up the strength of your calf by rolling onto the ball of the feet and coming back down, stopping there, and then back down. Okay, and that would be the full range of movement, which I will not advise, and it's only me, for someone who has the pain. If you feel that pain here, plantar fasciitis, you just drop the heel, and that is it. And of course, you do it on the opposite side. And I like to work with the number 10, okay? So 10 on the right foot of the ball of the same, 10, 10, 10, and then repeat that a second time later on. Okay? The third practice, I'm going to look at my little notes because I know the practice, but I just want to, yeah. So this practice is, you see, I use a microfiber because it's not too thick. So we're going to look at strengthening and bringing mobility in the joint of the feet, okay? So the idea is I drop my foot. Again, let me tell you, you can do that seated if your feet are sore, okay? You bring your foot nice and wide. Look at my fingers. That's exactly what my toes are doing. And I drop my whole foot, keeping a lot of space between my toes. I don't overstretch, so watch out if you have pain. Do not overstretch the sole of your foot. It will be too sore, okay? So in that case, you simply come down, open a bit between the toes, and then you crunch the toes, and you see what's happening. The fabric, okay? So let's do it. You've understood the practice. Should you be sore or more confident to do it with the chair, you bring the chair, same way, okay? Nice and flat, fabric is nice and flat, and you crunch, and you release, and you crunch, and you release, and you crunch, and you release, okay? Once more, 10 times. Okay, let's try the other side. Nice and flat, open the toes, extend, close, crunch, release. Okay. 3, so 10 and 10, okay? So that's the third practice. So the massage for the ball, the balancing on the block, for the stretching the calf. This one for the foot mobility and lubricating the joint, stimulating a lot the ligaments of the foot. Now, should you do this practice without any pain, or is the next movement would be scrunch, pick it up, and bring the hip, okay? Close the knee and grab the tissue. So, and back down, crunch, pick it up, crunch, pick it up, and then bring close the knee, and the hip comes, and then you grab the fabric. Let's do that on the other side. Crunch, pick it up, close your knee, roll, you can grab the fabric. Okay, last one. And close the fabric. Okay, so that's 10 and 10 on that side. Okay, the last movement we're going to do. So they're very easy to remember because the beauty is that you have props. So any kind of ball for number 1, a block or steps for number 2, a piece of fabric for number 3. My dog is doing a beautiful stretch. Yes, that's what we call for dog. Okay. And this one, so 1, 2, 3, sorry, he's distracting me. And then the next last one would be, again, stepping back, keeping your heel, the back heel on the floor. So it's not that, okay? It's really drop the heel, leave the heel on the floor, keep breathing. And once more, you're going to feel the back stretch on the calf and just bring this. Again, if this is okay and you want, you can always bring it forward, bring the body forward for a bigger stretch. Okay? And then come back. And then closing and repeating this on the other side. So just stepping back. Remember, heel of the back foot down, heel of the front foot will be down. And stay there and feel once more the pull. So once more, We are all connected. So the pulling and the stretching of the calf is actually releasing underneath the back foot. It's lengthening. When we inflame, when we contract, there is a tightening. Okay, so it's nice to come and loosen it up. And then coming forward a bit more if you have a bit more that you want to work with. And coming back. Okay, the very last one. Take your leg, your chair, and gently come for a massage. And that's where you open the foot. So start walking from center to the outside and trust yourself, trust the guidance, see what comes up, what you like. And you can gently come and press the heel. Watch out, the heel spur happens down here at the bottom. Okay, now hear me, it takes years to develop plantar fasciitis and heel spur, so it happens to us very often when we get older, but they often spring from a habit of not walking properly, okay? And we are not. My eyes detect this because of my awareness, because of what I do. I change my foot, okay? And what I see a lot when I look at people walking in the street is what I call the block. It's not the block step. So, and I will finish with this, but again, this is awareness. And if you have any question, you can ask me and I will be gladly answering. I see this when I look at people walking. Actually, I see this. This is what I see. Okay. The foot is designed heel across propel. Okay. So in a walk forward, it's a heel across using my arches, using my toes. I push forward and I propel myself. So you can try that at home. Heel across, pick up my toes, go onto your toes, push and propel. So you can try a few steps and you'll see that you won't be like propelling yourself forward, but use those. So heel across, push with the toes. Heel across, push with the toes. And realizing then, wow, suddenly the whole foot mechanics is moving. And honestly, if you want to stand at ease and if you want to walk quite freely, putting awareness on the way of your walk is really vital. Okay, so that is it. You can actually experiment it by doing walk back. So my toes are going to plant. I'm going to go across to my heel and I land into my heel, stability point. That's the heel. It takes so much from the body weight. Okay, and then start again. So experience at home, walking forward, walking back, okay, bare feet, okay, no socks, no shoes, bare feet. Okay, so that would be really, and feel, and then go into awareness. Okay, last thing, because I'll have to say it. When you have this and this, you have very little chance. So walking with awareness means, hey, my head and my shoulders are not what's driving me. Okay, the engine house is the car, So I use my feet and my car to bring myself forward. Okay, so I know, we all have years and years and years and years and years of walking in a certain way. But when you feel yourself that your mobility is getting reduced, when you have pain, then it becomes worthwhile to go and reassess. So that was the whole point of this practice. Do not reject, do not feel shame and embarrassment. Quite the opposite. Embrace and come as one in the body with your body. The judgment is only your own, and the limitation of movement will be only your own. So that is it for me. Any question, feel free to come and talk to me. See you later. Bye bye. I'm going to close the recording.